गुड मॉर्निंग लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन। और आज हम बात करेंगे मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट जो डाउट है बहुत से बच्चों को कि हाउ वाज द पेपर, राइट। एंड डिसाइड दैट कि कितने क्या कट ऑफ जाएगी, मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट इज दिस वन, राइट। सो एज फार एज द पेपर, दिस इज फॉर 23rd को जो हमारा एफ कैट हुआ है, और सेकंड शिफ्ट बेसिकली। सो एज फार एज द फर्स्ट थिंग, इंग्लिश की बात करेंगे हम, फिर जीएस, फिर मैथ्स एंड देन रीजनिंग, राइट। सो एज फार एज इंग्लिश इज कंसर्न, सो सीडीए जर्नी ने, अकॉर्डिंग टू सीडीए जर्नी, इंग्लिश was easy and doable in both the shift, but I don't consider that, right. As far as first shift was concerned, right, तो उसमें the questions were pretty easy, but second shift में, as such, you can't say it was easy, right. The vocab was little tough, right, but passage was easy, right. And vocab, like even the idioms that were on in the paper, they were little tough. Like I haven't read those idioms till date, right. So English, I would say it was little bit on a upper, on the higher side, I would consider, as far as vocab is concerned, right. But for the first shift one, the English was easy. Now moving on to the GS part. So GS, as far as this, so here are all the questions which were in the GS. So INS Vikrant was pretty easy. And what I personally observed was in the GS paper, there were more questions on the statement based. Like you need to find the correct statements. So two to three questions were from that, right? And some questions were from United Nations, also UNFCCC, I guess. So I haven't read about it, right? But and even after eliminating two options, there were little confusion, which would be correct. So I would say that GS was on a moderate side only. I wouldn't say it was tough, right? But as far as I have completed, I would say most like serious journeys, current affair, insights, right? But the current portion was far, like it was not from all of their videos, but they have been pretending as if most of the question came from their PDFs, but it was not like that. Now moving on to the maths, right? Maths was easy, I would say. The question were easily doable, right? As he also mentioned, like Cedar Journey mentioned that th 13 to 14 were of same type, right? But there were some questions which were lengthy, some questions from the profit and loss and mixture. They were pretty lengthy, so they were time consuming as well, a little bit on tricky side, right? But maths was also doable. Now, as far as reasoning is concerned, like reasoning was also very easy, but there was three to four questions, as far as I could remember, three to four questions where I was able to. There was one question on the pattern. There was some kind of a pattern like this, like S kind of a pattern, but it was very difficult to predict what could be the answer. Like all the options on the all the options were nearly same, so it was little difficult. There was another question was somewhat like this, like over here there was a number and over here it was a square of that number, and you needed to find this one. So it was also a little difficult. And as far as jumbles were concerned, so there was one question on jumble also. So the question was, ki how do we, so there was what I saw was gold was there, I guess. Ruby was there in jumbled. There were two more, but it was purely a guess. Like, so I would say like the paper was, uh, as far as I have seen the paper, I would say that shift two was on a little bit on a difficult side, right, as far as shift one was concerned. And today also I saw like on 24th, right, there were two shifts, right. So people are saying that shift two was pretty easy, but shift one was little difficult. And even CJ Jenny mentioned that he said that 24th August shift one was little difficult of all the shifts. But let's see what happens. So the nearby what most of the people have predicted is that the cutoff could go around 130, or it would be as same as the last year's, like 120, 120 to 130, most probably. So yeah, that's all from this video.